Hello gorgeous people, we are back again. This time we're doing the root chakra, clearing the root chakra in a series of chakras. So set your intention to receive the benefits of this clearing and make sure you're 100% open to receiving the benefits, and let's get stuck in. Right, doing the root chakra. Oh, that sounds like a dance. Doing the root chakra. Okay, so root chakra, what's that running at? 0 positive, 100 negative, so we need this done. And in terms of consciousness, where are we looking? Spirit status. So let's get your high self teams and my God team to do a clearing from spirit status all the way up to radiant love new paradigm level, up to 100 positive, down to 0 negative. Again, for your highest good. And I hope you're all keeping well, looking after yourselves, lots of self-care, self-nurturing. Hopefully you can see this okay. Right, where are we going first? Chart 6A. I'll just turn this, I've got a little mini radiator in here, just turn that down. Right, where are we going? Outside right, unhappiness. That's no good, is that? Inside right, failure. Anything else? Do they have past life roots? Yeah, let's just clear those away from you then. All master programs into discordant energy of unhappiness and failure. Across all levels of consciousness for your highest good. We don't want you to be unhappy. We want you to live a joyful life. Loving, fun, adventurous, peaceful, content. That's what we want. Abundant. Can't be a bit of abundance. Now, have you noticed how easily everybody's getting offended out there at the moment? Probably because of their root chakra being a bit blocked. But you can't say anything without someone taking offence at the moment. I mean, Facebook really is the worst, but social media is a bit like that for people depositing their anger and their victimhood. I need to do a clearing on victimhood, don't I? Everybody's offended at everything, and but what we're seeing is all the extremes of the duality coming up to be seen in the world. So we've lived in a very corrupt world for a long, long time, and now, of course, everything's coming up to be seen, has to be seen to be healed, to be changed, and that's why it's such a lot of stuff's pretty horrible out there at the moment. It's not a nice time to live through, but we've all volunteered to be in this consciousness at this time. So yeah, slap me next time on the other side. I don't think we'll ever have to go through anything quite like this again. Thank God. So the world that we leave will be an awful lot nicer than the world that we arrived in, because of what's going on right now. We're in chart 7, somewhat unusually, which is the healing chart. What are we doing here? Consciousness is changing. Okay, so is there anything I need to clear on that one? No, is it just to advise people? So anyone that's watching this, your consciousness is changing, and that's why a lot of stuff is coming up at the moment. So chart 10A, which is coming up. That never used to come up, you know, when I first started doing that. Very, very rarely. And now it's coming up for most clearings that I'm doing with people now. I mean, some people call it ascension symptoms, which is, to me, is just a load of rubbish. Our consciousness is expanding because we're going through an evolution. We don't want to associate with the word ascension because that belongs in the 60s when it was used more. Otherwise, we associate with that old energy, and that's been and done and gone. So with this evolution of consciousness, more of the unintegrated parts are coming up to be seen, and we need to integrate them. We need to love them, accept them, heal them, whatever, by whatever means, breathe through them. And that integration then is what is needed. But just to say, oh, I've got an ascension symptom, it's the flu, or I'm not feeling well, it's an ascension symptom, you're not doing anything about it. You're not breathing it in. You're not integrating it. You're almost making it external to yourself in a way. I know that sounds a bit odd, but we're labeling it. We're labeling it instead of integrating it. So now, what was my point in all of that? So our consciousness shifting is why there's so many people being ill in the world, because so much of that unintegrated parts, so many of those unintegrated parts of us are coming up to be integrated. So we need to breathe through them, we need to accept them, we need to love them, we need to heal them, we need to, you know, all these, whatever way is appropriate. We need to witness it. What is going on in the mind, what is going on in the body, what is, you know, and then witness the witness, you know, and see it for what it is, and accept it. Inhibitors we're removing here, by the way. So just remove those inhibitors as I'm talking. So to just label something and not do anything about it is you're going to get it again and again and again, you know. You don't want to focus on your energy to be too focused on anything heavy or judgmental, otherwise you're going to keep on attracting it. But you do need to witness what it is that's coming up. What is it that's coming up? Where is it showing? Where am I feeling it? And fully integrate it or heal it or love it, you know. So it's like a weed coming up in your garden. Do you leave it there and admire it and accept it for what it is, or do you pull it out? There'll always be another weed that comes along, always, because that's the nature of life. We are always evolving. There's always an expansion going on, and the more as a collective we learn, the more expansive our energy becomes. But we don't want there to be too much focus, because if you focus too much on the weeds, you're always going to see weeds everywhere. There's always going to be a weed to see. So once you've pulled out the weed, we want to look at what do we want to create. We want to create that beautiful garden. Do we want to focus on the flowers in that garden? Plant some flowers. Grow some seeds. So it's the same with our internal world. You know, you want to go through the landscaping process and create the kind of garden that you want. And that means doing some landscaping, organizing it in the way that you want. How do you want your inner landscape to look? It's by going through this healing, by putting out what you don't want, by planting what you do want, and then you focus more on what you do want, and then when the odd weed comes up, you pull out the weed. And then pretty soon you've created that inner paradise. Except it doesn't actually happen soon. It's a long-term commitment. But you get my meaning, don't you? Chart 12, Spirit Energy Programming. 12 aspects of spirit is genetic coding again, so let's just clear that away and rebalance that. I'll give you the official definition of that again. Comes up quite frequently. Where is it? Where's my 12 aspects definition gone? These are 12 spiritual faculties that every soul is created with in the beginning. In the Old Testament, they are symbolized by the 12 tribes of Israel, and in the New Testament by the 12 apostles. So archetypal energies, really. "17, at least that's how I see it. 12 spiritual faculties. Inside, hidden vows. Okay, anything else on the inside? Anything on the outside? Something on the outside, I can feel it. Abdication of spiritual responsibility, an abdication of physical responsibility, hence the root chakra. So let's clear those abdications away. This is at the Lord of Lords level of consciousness, which is the first expression of the living soul. So clearing any hidden vows that are there and abdications of physical and spiritual responsibility at that soul level. And this is all the root chakra again that's relating to this. So yes, so stuff is coming up in the world. And it's getting very extreme, you know, all the inequalities, all the injustice that's coming up. It's very, very extreme in the world and very ugly. There's a lot of ugliness coming up because we've lived in a corrupt world for a long, long time. And people are being exposed. And a lot of people are being exposed. And even certain influencers, in inverted commas, that are quite new to influencing and are starting to fall away. As well, and basically the wheat from the chaff is being sorted out, I think, in the world, and whatever is true will remain, and whatever is false will fall away, we've still got a lot of truth to emerge yet before we can bring it back in and bring it into balance. So it's very much the duality that's playing out in the world at the moment, which is ugly, and but we have to go through it, which is why sometimes you think, oh my God, what's happening today, you know, in the world? What next? Goodness only knows. I'm not going to get into all the some of the technological names and things. I don't want to get into all the conspiracy theories and all of that. That's not what I'm here for. But and I think you have to. There's a lot of truth that is said by conspiracy theorists, but I think there's some that isn't. Some have got carried away. That's my personal opinion. It's not an informed opinion in particular. It's just my personal opinion that it doesn't feel right. Some of it just doesn't feel right to me. Some of it does, some of it doesn't. So trust yourself. The main message is don't follow anybody's. It doesn't matter how big they're following. Trust yourself. Put your hand on your heart, you know, physically, and say, is this true for me? Because if you just blindly follow people out there and what they say, then you're really giving away some of your power, and we don't want that. This is about empowering you. Put your hand on your heart consciousness and feel into it. Does this feel right to me? Is what they're saying, does that feel right to me? And it may be that what they're saying is absolutely true out there, but you can't accept it at the moment, and that's okay. That is absolutely okay. You might accept it a year down the line. There might be a lot of resistance in you to accepting what they're saying because you don't want to believe it at some level, or it sounds too crazy, or it might just be a whole load of bunkum. It could well be that as well, but only you will know. So put your hand on your heart and then feel into it. And if it doesn't feel right for you at the moment, let it go. Doesn't matter. I mean, I've read books in the past, again, God, we're talking about 15, 20 years ago, that I thought then, what? That doesn't make any sense to me. And I've gone back to those books 2 years later and I thought, now I get it. Now I get it. So, you know, go with whatever feels right for you. 13 bodies and 36 minds. Let's clear that. Anything else in here? $22 again. New One Universe. Resolving discord at all levels of chart 3. Chart 3 is a consciousness chart, so let's just do that. And probably the best advice of all to give is don't take it all so seriously. Don't take life so seriously. That's the problem. That's why everybody's getting so offended. Everybody's taking life too seriously. And we all need that reminder, because sometimes it's heavy at the moment, and it can be heavy. It can be really heavy for people, especially when we've got a lot of shadow stuff coming up. But we all need to lighten up and you know, chill. So this is your reminder. Don't take it all too seriously. And those that followed me for a while will know one of my favourite mantras I live by is there is always a way. So never give up. There is always a way. If you can't do it on your own, there's always someone that will help you. There's always someone out there. You just need to send that thought out. Bring me in that support that I need. So head to toe search and clear we're going to do. Personal soul package we're clearing, and soul fingerprints. So let's just do that. All of that for your highest good now. Chart 25, which is final assurance. Final issues, challenges. Let's clear those away. Right, we're going back here. I'm taking back to chart 10A, which is miscellaneous blocks at God level. We've got conscious and subconscious memory to clear. So let's just clear that away there, connected to the root chakra for your highest good. Right, anything else? No? Should we go to mop up? Yes, let's go and do a quick mop up, which is where the bulk of the clearing takes place by your teams on the other side of life. They have about 200 plus charts there, and they know what needs clearing for you at this time that is personal to you. And normally I'd read a long list of instructions to them, but for the sake of the group clearing, they're just going to crack on and do it for you on the root chakra. If you get any reactions to this clearing, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. It's always so fascinating that people say, well, I felt this in my body and this happened, and it's just such a wonderful thing to hear the changes. Oh, and thank you for your donation. I know I've had a couple more donations recently, and I think I've thanked everybody, but thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. If I haven't personally, I always try to, but sometimes mailboxes are full, and sometimes it comes back rejected at server or whatever. I don't know why. Maybe it's my email address. I don't know. But I would just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for your donations. They make all the difference to me. And I'm so grateful, so grateful. And of course, you'll always get the money. Any money you invest in yourself, you'll always get back at least 4 or 5-fold, always. So yeah, thank you for that. Soul happy, high self-team happy, will it hold? Yeah. And where are we now with the root chakra? 100 positive, 0 negative. And I tell you what, it feels much lighter. Okay. There we go. Radiant love, new paradigm level. Fantastic. Heard me say it before. I'm going to say it again. Drink lots of water. Allow 3 clear days for the old neural pathways to fall away and the new ones to form. And don't try to squeeze in too many of these group clearings all at once, because your body's still got to integrate them. And it takes 3 days, 3 full days, for the old neural pathways to actually fall away. So the body will be working overtime, integrating all those changes. So see you on the next clearing. Any questions? If you want to work with me, all of that stuff, you can email me if you want to work with me, and we can set up a call, especially if you want to work one-to-one, particularly if you want to work one-to-one with me. Details are on my website. Email me. Oh, you know the drill. See you in the next clearing. Bye.